hello, and a big congrats on Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl. The wait is over. I've been waiting forever. The franchise is back in a big way. It's a perfect gnome noir, and I love it.
I love the background that you've got on.
Yes.
Yes, I love your movie. So let's begin with you, Mr. Nick. Give us a genesis. What got you guys interested to make Vengeance Most Foul after 2005's The Curse of the Were-Rabbit? I mean, that's a long wait, right?
Yeah, well, at first we weren't even planning to do a feature film. This is back at Curse of the Were-Rabbit time. There was this idea, which was just knocking around, which seemed good fun, of Wallace inventing a robot gnome in the garden. It seemed nicely absurd and great fun idea for a 30-minute TV special, and played around with that on and off for years, really. And it was kind of became obvious that it needed some extra element of like sinister element in it, really, as there often is in Wallace and Gromit. A more motivated villain. Why do the gnomes go wrong, rather than just tech going wrong? And it was kind of years on, up to about 5 years ago, there was this big idea. Wait a minute, why doesn't Feathers McGraw come back? And he'd be perfect. He'd be the perfect solution to this story problem, you know, with his history, with his Wallace and Gromit helped put him in jail. It's now personal, and that really upped the ante for the whole idea. And then things started to rocket from there, and it became a feature-length film.
And then it was time to get it made.
Yeah. And everyone was very excited about it suddenly.
Thank you for bringing up Feathers McGraw. I mean, you're right. Everyone is so excited to see the iconic Feathers McGraw back. But Mr. Merlin, quite an appropriate name, by the way, for a magical film. What were some of the challenges in making the film?
Well, making any film, but an animated film, especially all of it, is particularly difficult. In technical terms, the whole of Act 3, where we have quite a lot of action going on, that was very technically challenging. But actually, the hardest thing is probably the less obvious, which was Feathers McGraw himself, because he's so graphically simple and he moves so little relative to the other characters. That to get him right was actually really very tricky. So it's not the most biggest flashy sequences. It's the subtle stuff with Feathers McGraw was the hardest.
Now, Mr. Nick, at its heart is the dangers of over-reliance in technology, right? I mean, maintaining the balance between innovation and personal responsibility, I think. Talk to us more about that.
Yeah, well, this became with Norbot, obviously a smart gnome, this became a very central thing, and really it's part of the emotional story with Wallace and Gromit that at the point we start the film, Wallace has become far too kind of in love with and reliant on tech to even solve any problem, not seeing that it's actually getting in the way of the relationship and with Gromit, and Gromit just wants a pat on the head, really. And so it is a kind of metaphor with how reliant we've become on tech, and just it's not black and white. It's not saying tech is bad or good. It's just saying, yeah, there's lots of good in everything, and it's just about keeping check on it, that it's not, is it enhancing our human relationships, or is it somehow taking away in some some way we're unaware of, that let's just keep a check on it.
And that's both for Wallace and Gromit, isn't it? You know, Gromit needs to be a bit more accepting of Wallace's need to be an inventor, but also Wallace needs to acknowledge that maybe tech isn't the answer to everything.
Yes.
So Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul is being released in theaters on December 18th and then Netflix on January 3rd. So, Mr. Merlin, how is it working with Netflix? I mean, did they give you your wings to fly?
You know what? They did, actually. And the creative team at Netflix really got behind us. We make films that are unashamedly British. You know, we're British and we make films that we're not trying to pretend to be anybody else. And Netflix really understood that and sort of let us run with that. And so we're very grateful for their support on that. And we're really proud of the film that we made together.
Yeah, they really respected Wallace and Gromit, didn't they?
Yeah.
The whole the whole legacy of Wallace and
Yeah,
Gromit. Yeah, they
absolutely.
didn't want to change it.
Oh, I love hearing that. And now you have a lot more eyeballs to see your film when it comes out. So a big, big, big congrats on Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl. And one more time, have a happy holidays and be careful of those garden gnomes.
Yeah,
Thank
cheers.
you.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.